Hi guys, I'm here with our at-home Bible class for this week, and we are looking at Joshua chapter 10. Last week we saw that the walls of Jericho fell down when Joshua and the people obeyed the kind of strange directions that God gave them about marching around the city and all of that. It's a really cool story, so if you missed it, go back and reread earlier in Joshua or watch our videos that we had for that week. Joshua 10, if you want to grab your Bible, Joshua is early on in the Old Testament, so it's pretty easy to find. And it says, now the king of Jerusalem heard that Joshua had taken Ai, which was a city, and totally destroyed it, doing to Ai and its king as he had done to Jericho and its king. And the people of Gibeon had made a treaty of peace with Israel and were living near them. So these Gibeonites, these people in the city of Gibeon, Joshua had let them kind of become part of their community as servants in their community, carry water and be woodcutters to help the Israelites. So they were at peace with each other. And then I lost my place. It says, the people of Jerusalem were very alarmed at this, because Gibeon was an important city. So the king of Jerusalem talked to some other kings around them and said, help me attack Gibeon, because it has made peace with Joshua and the Israelites. So these other kings were scared of this peace between Gibeon and the Israelites. And so they said, let's go fight the Gibeonites and show these Israelites who's boss. So the 5 kings of the Amorites joined forces, and they moved up with all their troops and took position against Gibeon and attacked it. Kind of scary, right? 5 cities coming together to attack this one city. Then the Gibeonites, of course, sent word to Joshua in the camp at Gilgal, do not abandon your servants. Come up quickly and save us. So they told him what's going on. Verse 7, Joshua marched up from Gilgal with his entire army, including his best fighting men. The Lord said to Joshua, do not be afraid of them. I have given them into your hand. Not one of them will be able to withstand you. God is promising, right? He promises that he is with them. Joshua does not need to be afraid. The people do not need to be afraid. He has already given the battle to them. After an all-night march from Gilgal, Joshua took them by surprise. The Lord threw them into confusion before Israel, who defeated them in a great victory at Gibeon. And so they fled from there. And it says in verse 12, on the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, O sun, stand still over Gibeon. O moon, over the valley of Ajalon. So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself on its enemies. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed going down about a full day. There has never been a day like it before or since, a day when the Lord listened to man. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. So that's a really interesting story, I think, that Joshua called on the Lord in front of everyone, because the battle at that point was not complete yet. They had not completely defeated the Amorites, and I guess it was about to get dark. And so Joshua said to the Lord, let the sun stand still, and it did, because God was listening to them. He was with them. Says, surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. Well, we already knew that, right? Because he told Joshua at the very beginning that this was already his battle. So I love Joshua's faith there, that he knew that he had God on his side, and that he could ask for anything, and that God was going to give them the victory. And he called on the sun to stand still. That's a really cool story, I think, isn't it? So you know, we might not be asking the sun to stand still for us, but we can turn to God with our little requests and our big requests. We can trust those to God. He promises that he will hear us and that He will answer us. And sometimes our answer is not exactly what we were hoping for, but we also know that He always has our best interest in His heart because He loves us so much. So even if the answer is not what we were hoping for, we know that we can trust His answer, that we can trust that He is doing good things for us. I hope you guys have a great week and read through this story at home with your parents and talk about it. Bye-bye.